In 2026, AI has reshaped the form of coding. AI has made every code easy, and it can be a little bit terrifying for junior developers for them. But again, it's an effective way for senior developers for them to improve their productivity and makes things quicker and more reusable. So companies like Meta, IBM, Microsoft are demanding rules where junior developers are being replaced by few AI bots and they call as agents to do their tasks for them for the senior or mid-level roles, which can be an estimate of 5% of them, but according to my article and research, it's showing that most of the companies, for example, one of the articles, it shows that AI has massively replaced the productivity in the way how they write manual code and also debugging skills. So think of this 10 years ago, when obviously no ChatGPT or Grammarly or any other tools weren't around, software developers became at least less competitive, where people decide to do tutorials, watch tutorials, know how to debug code, read books as well. Those were the days before technology, before the resurgence of AI. But then after when ChatGPT launched in around November 2022, it's a different new landscape with AI and how it effectively improved the productivity in software and how to prompt out different tasks and instructions that can ultimately improve its increased in inability to process tasks. But then, however, in those 4 or 5 years leading to it, in 2026, it started to gradually become a bit worse, but at the same time beats but in more advanced and competitive for other people since it's replacing half, I would say quarter of the junior developer roles, which isn't the one that I'm really hoping for. But in my thoughts, hopefully it can obviously decrease, but is a advanced tool that can ultimately build the criteria of how software development should go. Before discussing this topic, please hit a like and subscribe if AI is not going to replace any of your 9 to 5 workers and make AI reusable again, not act as a replacement. So thank you. Please like and subscribe. That's all. I found this website and this article which fascinates me when I read through it and understands the reality of junior developers, how they write code. Okay, so in this article, what I found right here is that AI could wipe out entry level job roles, and that should terrify business leaders. So, in this case, right there, what I'm referring to is that many AI is not really replacing, but they are actually experimenting for other business inquiries on how to improve and scale their uh, business and their decision making, which can effectively increase their productivity and reduce less time frame. So junior developers know how to write code, but the problem is that the time decision, the time keeping is really key. Sometimes they have time, but AI can ultimately reduce the time, which that can be effective since it improves the more demands within the business company, especially big companies such as Microsoft and Google, IBM, those three companies that are in serious trouble when it comes to entry level jobs for some people, since that they are being replaced, even some mid level engineer roles at times. But mainly, it's just that the bots will start to continue further along the lines, and it's gonna sadly increase. But the good thing is that there are many ways of how AI can ultimately improve. It can obviously build websites for you. Yes, that's for sure. But using it in a clever way and smart way can ultimately improve your productivity level, but won't entirely replace you. What I found interesting in this LinkedIn post where it said about mentioning about AI agents replacing junior developers, which actually sounds quite fascinating and shocking at the same time, where mainly AI agents are a new tool, unlike ChatGPT, where it actually processes instructions and gives you different tasks. But AI agents, if it's in a business economy for the developers, it actually replaces junior developers, where mainly junior developers act as a manager towards the AI agents to do the task for them, meaning that they can do the debugging, the critical thinking on how to analyze through errors and generate code for them. So it's more production ready and it's more effective in a way that it scales out the time and it's less time consuming for them to actually manually write code. So technically AI agents are already replacing junior developers. Maybe it could be the reason why that's why there are lots of tech layoffs throughout the year where AI agents started to appear a lot in these situations. So I think that mainly AI won't entirely replace junior developers, but just roles that they can do the basic automation. But if that continues, then it'll be a serious trouble. But hopefully that would, of course, change a little bit as I'm going to end off this video. To conclude of this video, I personally think that AI is not entirely replacing developers, but only the entry level roles. They're doing this as an experimentation to find out which are the best tools that they can help them increase productivity and the scalability for businesses and automation. So it's important for the team and the requirements that they need to improve and handle. And of course, the software development lifecycle is still appearing, but it's in a different transitional phase where AI is an a different breed of technology that evolves over time. So if you're effectively looking for jobs and stuff, when you're watching tutorials, ensure you build projects that requires real world solutions for businesses and local businesses that needed any improvement, which I think is a very suitable thing to do instead of just only rely on tutorials and building basic projects because AI can do the basic things, right? It's like when a calculator uh, replaces a human, which is impossible to think because a human can use their own brain to do the mathematics. But anyway, speaking of which, AI doesn't entirely replace jobs. But if that continues, then it can have a serious problem. AI isn't killing software engineering entirely, it is changing through the evolution of AI of what a software developer or a developer should think of at the end of the day. So if you're a beginner or someone who wants to learn how to code and you're not sure where to start, I have a video of me explaining what are the AI tools you can use whilst you're actually progressing to learn to watch front-end tutorials in my YouTube link, so check it out. And do not let these social media influencers or people get into your thoughts saying that AI is replacing entirely on junior developers or senior engineering or software engineering, thinking it's going to die. Don't let that get into your thought. All it is that you are focusing. That's it. Don't let that distract you. Anyways, this is your boy Soft Sen. Please hit a like and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss a video. I hope you're all well. I'm back. Take care and peace.